welcome to another BookTube video. This is ML Bull here. The book that I'm going to go over in this video is actually an ebook that I read titled Plague of Lies by Marbeth Skwarczynski. And I hope I pronounced her name correctly, her last name. I'm just going to read my review that I have here on Goodreads. Plague of Lies by Marbeth Skwarczynski is a Christian story about a deceptive youth pastor named Mr. Rain, a man named Scott, and his past mistakes with his girlfriend Cindy, and the present story of their teenage daughter Lauren, who struggles with depression and secretly cuts herself, but later reunites with her father Scott and his beloved family. This was a different and interesting Christian fiction story that has a touch of humor, but also tackles serious topics of abortion, teen pregnancy, and taboo situations that sometimes have happened in some churches, such as deception and sexual child abuse. I admire the author for writing about such heavy issues and bringing them to light in her fiction novel. Despite some disagreements over a few things, such as the completion of salvation, I thought the author did a good job tying the story together between its flashback and present time storylines. But that is pretty much my review over after reading the Plague of Lies, which is, I think, book 1 of her Rose collection. I'll have the book linked below if you're interested in checking it out. But overall, I give this story 4 stars. She really tackled, a lot of situations that sometimes do happen in some churches that people don't really talk about too much. And I really appreciated that in her story and bringing all of that to light, because there are some things that happen in some churches that are like taboo and that people don't really like to talk about because of the representation of a church or something like that they're trying to uphold, but underneath they're doing things that aren't, biblical or that aren't right, within their organizations. So I really appreciated how she mentioned about those types of things and how sometimes these things happen, in some church organizations, which is why I'm thankful that I'm within a organization, whereas if there is something that's going on, we don't believe in just keeping it under the rug. It's going to come to light. That's the difference, between some organizations and others, and what we believe and stand for in First Church. Because there has been different things that's going on, unfortunately, but these things have been brought to light. We don't believe once we know different things, of somebody doing something that's not right or whatever, it's going to come to light, and we don't believe in just being hush-hush about things, if somebody is doing something that's deceptive or that's not right or whatever. So, yeah, it's really important to be authentic like that, within one's church organizations, because it's the only way that we're going to be saved, It's the only way that we're going to be saved, by being honest like that, and having integrity, because some people, they just care about the image, how they look in the eyes of other people. So in some cases, if there's things that are going on, they won't even address them, because they're worried about what others are going to say, or, what they're going to think. But, a part of salvation is having integrity and, just being real and honest about whatever it is that's going on, and bringing justice to those who have been mistreated or whatever. It doesn't matter if it's something that's happened within the organization. But that's pretty much all that I have for this video, and stay tuned for more BookTube videos, and thank you for watching.